However, Mackenzie Dern was walking out of the octagon with her belt, and Kaylee comes into the room and she's like, "Is that the girl who twerks in the octagon?" I'm like, "No, that's someone else. Got we've got a lot of different
I wish.
female fighters that do a lot of different things." But yeah. All right, I was just checking. So I guess
I mean,
no thumbnail.
I don't want to say it like this because it sounds weird, but I did get caught looking up the pictures for the thumbnail. Which, like, caught. I wasn't trying to hide it, right? I'm just looking them up to put them on the thumbnail, but she came in and she's like, "What the hell are you doing?" Get out. It's for research for my YouTube channel.
Shut the door on the way out.
Shut the door on the way out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on Locked Door MMA. We're your hosts. I'm Brevin. This is my good buddy JP. And in today's episode, we will be breaking down and giving our predictions for every single fight for UFC Fight Night, Garcia versus Onama in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're back at the Apex, but before we do, we got a few things to cover. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the Locked Door MMA community. A few new people have joined the community this week. We appreciate you guys. If you're just now viewing this video for the first time ever, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and then comment down below, guys. We want to hear from you. Are you enjoying the content that we're putting out? Do you like this type of content? Do you want other pieces of content for UFC that we can cover as well? And then also let us know. And here's the question of the day. And I know we'll get into it. I know JP will cover it. But do you think an eye poke in the UFC should be an automatic point deduction? Let us know in the comments. I feel like that's a very valid conversation that's going to be occurring moving forward as we've seen more and more come up. With the glove changes, reverting back to the old gloves, I'm curious to know your guys' thoughts. But before we dive into this weekend's card, JP, it was an interesting card to say the least last weekend for UFC 321. Some are saying it was the worst card of the year. Do you feel the same way?
I mean, obviously, with the way it ended, yeah, I get it. But also, the card was pretty entertaining. I mean, everybody's hating on Umar too because he was boring. The heavyweight fight early in the night. I mean, Humpty Dumpty is just. I mean, that dude might as well be an egg because he's got no punching power. But yeah, I mean, the way it ended, it's probably because, like we were saying before we got on here, it was just shaping up to be a very competitive fight, very good fight. And then it stops like that. It really just sucks. It's like you take your wife out to dinner, right? And she's whispering sweet nothings in your ear, right? And she's all getting you all excited. And then you go home and she passes out. And you're like, what the hell was that? Right? So I get it. I can kind of see that. With that being said.
Well, hold on. Which one would be your wife? Tom or
falling
Cyril?
asleep. No, falling asleep 100%. So who would that be? The one poking the other one in the eye, I guess. I guess she's Cereal? Or
She's Cereal.
She's Cereal. Sweet Lord. I guess she would be Cyril. And I don't think he did it on purpose, right? Do you?
No, that was purely an accidental eye poke. We see that they frame off the face all the time. So many fighters do that. We see it time and time again. This just happened to be a really bad eye poke.
Yeah, and one of the fighters we're about to talk about this time, the last time he fought, me and you were opposite on that fight, and he got the finish by framing off on the dude's face. Like, literally just palmed his face. I mean, he was warned when Tom shot the takedown, and his hands were kind of right there, too, and the ref said, hey, watch your fingers. So I get it. I mean, it seems like there's two sides, and there's one side of Cyril's a dirty piece of shit, which, I don't think he's malicious. I don't think he's John Jones type level eye pokes. Okay, I'll say that. And then the other side is Tom's a bitch. He was looking for a way out. He was getting his ass beat, which blows my mind. You got to be some level of stupid. I mean, you got to be a mush brain to think that. Cyril came out, had his range right away. Great jab. Landed it a couple times on Tom. I think towards the end of that round, towards the end of what we got to see, I think Tom finally started landing a couple shots. He landed a 1-2, landed a big leg kick. I think both of them were starting to find their range, but obviously Cyril would have won the round, right? Me and Brevin were talking about this. We get through that round, going into the second, it's 0-1 Cyril, right? So Tom's down a round. This is the adversity everybody wants to see him come from. Never been out of the first round. But the notion that he got his ass beat blows my mind. 27 significant strikes to 30. Holy shit. Crazy. But yeah, I don't know, man. The rest of the card, the Almeida Volkov fight, brother.
Boring.
Yikes. Yeah. And then Almeida's surprised. I mean, we were on Almeida, right? So if anybody wanted him to win, it was definitely us. You got to throw something. You have to throw something. You got 10 minutes of control time, and you're just, I mean, you might as well just start kissing him. He was just laying on him that much and just didn't want to punch him. Same thing with the Verna fight. I mean, good for Mackenzie. We like Mackenzie. Good win by her. But Verna, you're just standing there staring at her. She's sitting down and she's kicking your legs, trying to upkick you, and you're just looking at her. It's crazy, man. Quill and Sal killed. Almost murdered Nasrat. Okay. I hope he's all right. I think he's okay. I never looked it up to see what actually ended up happening. I know he went to the hospital, but that was yeesh. Crazy stuff.
And I think the final bullet point to cover is Walter Walker with another heel hook submission. This dude is, he was, if I went into this card, JP, if I went into last weekend's card and I told you Walter Walker and Louis Sutherland would be the most entertaining fight out of all the heavyweight fights, I don't think anyone would believe me. But
Yeah.
that turned out to be the case. The other heavyweights, obviously the eye poke away Tom and Cyril, but the other heavyweights, terrible. Walter Walker with another heel hook. I mean, this division better watch out, dude, because he's figured something out, and he's nasty with that heel hook.
I mean, I want to say I just give him anything he wants, but I don't want to rush him because then he gets whipped, and then the excitement.
Yeah, but then he's calling out Hamdi, which I don't mind that matchup. I kind of like to see Hamdi get beat.
He's so funny too.
He is really funny.
But yeah, weird one for pay-per-view for sure. There's more eyes on it, so I can understand everybody's gripe.
Yeah, 1,000%. And as much complaining as I did, my fiance brought up a very wonderful point. At least we weren't in the stadium paying thousands of dollars to be at the fight and then have it end in that fashion. That would have really just sucked, right?
Yeah.
Lucky for us. But moving on to this weekend's card, this one's at the Apex. Not as big of names on it, but still some intriguing matchups that I think will kind of tell us a lot about each one of these fighters. Some UFC newcomers as well. I'm looking forward to it. It's hard coming right off of a pay-per-view into the next card to be like, oh, I'm so excited for this one. But with all the stuff that happened in the pay-per-view, I kind of am excited for a fresh restart. Like, let's see a new weekend of fights. First fight, Delija Alencar is taking on Arian Carnelossi.
Bruce Arians?
He might. maybe bring him out of retirement.
It's on the Pat McAfee show. I know the Cardinals could use it. That's for goddamn sure. Yeah, that's also crazy. I came on here last weekend and I was like, hey, Raiders can't lose. It's going to be a great weekend. Didn't turn out to be true. Did not turn out to be true. Okay, Raiders couldn't even lose, and I still had a bad weekend. All right, the fight ended like that. ASU does ASU things. Great time. I snuck by in the fantasy football league, but like 2 points. Yeah, Gavino's got it rough, dude. He's got the most losses by like 3 to 5 points all year. But this card, yeah, people say this card looks like cheeks. That's for a good reason, brother. Okay? Just wait for that. But like the other fight nights earlier in the year, people are like, they're trash. And then one of them, I mean, what was it, Brevin? Like 11 finishes out of 13 fights or something like that?
Yeah. I mean, to judge a card off the names itself is not necessarily what you should be doing. Look at the matchups instead, because sometimes these not so big named cards on paper really put out a great performance, when the octagon door closes for sure.
Yeah, and just a lot of finishes, man, because people are hungry. Like a lot of spots on this card. Okay, a lot of spots. I'll put all the bets and stuff in the video. Maybe we'll start releasing our tickets that we bet or something or whatever. But anyways, Alencar, Carnelossi. This one's pretty simple, guys. Alencar, she's a shorter girl, very small girl, but she's really good at grappling, really good jiu-jitsu. Obviously, people are going to bring up the Luciana fight. We saw Luciana fight a couple weekends ago. Luciana looks damn good, right? In the first fight, in their Contender Series fight, Alencar was getting her grappling off. A lot of top control, making it tough for her. And then in the third round, kind of gassed out, got her ass beat a little bit, right? Ariani, first of all, is fucking jacked. Okay? Can we get a roid test on her, please? She is huge. Okay? Her and Kayla Harrison could probably curl a fucking Toyota Camry, all right? If they were both on the same side. Other than that, she sucks. I don't think she's good. Brevin doesn't think she's good. We don't like her stand-up. Her takedown defense is very subpar. I think if Alencar gets it to the ground, big discrepancy there. And like I said, Carnelossi on the feet, do not like it whatsoever. It's not straight. It's not good. It's not accurate. Give us a Toledo Alencar. Not gonna give an over for this one. I like overs and unders a lot on this card, but not this one. This one may be sub, but don't touch it.
Yeah, it's important to note. Carnelossi was heading to her second loss in a row before her opponent decided, I'm just gonna headbutt this girl. And so she won via intentional headbutt disqualification for her opponent. So yeah, I mean she's technically on a two fight losing streak. She was getting her butt kicked in that one too. And that's 2 losses in literally 3 years, over 3 years, for Carnelossi. And I do like Alencar. I do think she needs to kind of get to the grappling and the wrestling early. Obviously, when you're fighting a girl as jacked and as buff as Carnelossi, there's always the chance you can get caught with something big and it throws you off. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't like the striking from Carnelossi. She's just a unit, dude. Like, absolute unit. But Alencar should find success this weekend. We think she gets it done.
Hey, it's a good thing she's from Brazil, okay? Because if she is from Thailand, I would have some questions.
I still
would
do.
have some worries. Dude, her arms are fucking huge.
Yeah. I mean, I got to get in the gym with Carnelossi, not going to lie. Like, show me the workout routine because she's doing something different.
Yeah,
sure.
Give me your macros. How much protein do you ingest a day? Because Jesus Christ, dude.
Jealous.
All right. All right. That's funny. Next one. The guy I was talking about, me and Brevin were split on his last fight, and then he straight up just palmed the face of Angelusa to frame off and get the finish in the third round. Phil Rowe going up against Seok Hun Ko.
Young Ko. I'm gonna call him KO. I'm gonna call him Ko, man. Yeah, calls himself the Korean Tyson. Wouldn't give yourself that much praise. Your striking's not that great. Taking on Phil Rowe. He's big for this division, as you guys have probably seen if you've ever seen him fight. He's 6'3", long arms, 80-inch reach. He will have the jab going for him. But, in all of Phil Rowe's fights, he kind of gets touched up on the feet. Typically, there's a lack of volume being thrown. We saw that in the Angelusa fight. To me, Lusa won the first 2 rounds, gassed out in the third. Mouthpiece fell out of the mouth. No one wants to put it back in. And then Phil Rowe's just going to go to town and beat up on Angelusa. Whereas KO, my boy Ko in his last time out, great fight against Oban Elliott, showed us that he can grapple, can wrestle. He's just got to be careful. Mind his P's and Q's. Like JP and I talked about before the show, sometimes his hand placement, his striking defense is not where I would like for it to be. A lot of these Korean fighters, and Chinese fighters especially, keep their hands very low. It gives them a jab advantage, like they're quick, you can't pick up on it. But if your hands are low and you catch a high kick to the head, the night's over for you. You know, you've got to be very mindful when you're exiting the pocket, especially going up against a very lengthy guy like Phil Rowe. Phil Rowe is a pretty good grappler. However, he does end up on his back a lot. Poe's got good wrestling. Maybe that comes into play as well. For this fight in particular, we like Seok Young Ko. I think the striking advantage overall is going to be in Ko's favor. He will get to Rowe, but he has to be very, very mindful exiting the pocket so he doesn't get knocked out.
Yeah, and you guys know I like Rowe, right? I was on Rowe on the Angelusa fight, but Brevin's correct. If that fight goes to the scorecards, even if Angelusa still got his ass beat a little bit in the third round, Phil's losing that 2-1. Right? He was down on all the judges' scorecards, and I was losing my shit. Believe me, I was on the couch screaming for him to get the finish. We had money on it too. But even like Brevin said, even with his length, Phil does get hit. Like neither of these guys' striking defense is very good, very high, right? Ko, as Brevin alluded to, do not like it. He'll throw combinations. I like his movement. I like how he's light on his feet. He's got that wide stance where he kind of sits there and chops around, right? Connor had that same stance. We saw the other, what was his name? He just got fraud checked on the last card. The Zombie Junior kid.
Forgetting his name, but
yeah, that kid, you guys know who we're talking about. He has that similar style. I like that stance. I like that movement. And then I like their strikes that they throw. Afterwards, bring your fucking hands back to your face. We don't need to do all this other shit, right? And then he sweeps something away with his hand, and then he'll just turn his chin, bring his head way out there. If any of you guys have sparred before, I mean, I know I did, right? The first couple of times I'm sparring, I think I know what I'm doing, and I'm moving my head a bunch. I got head kicked. Shit sucks, right? So you learn not to move your head way out there without your hands back up, right? But he does have power. He is also fast. And like Brevin said, the grappling, Phil likes to throw stuff up off his back because he's pretty good at jiu-jitsu. Ko is very strong, has great top pressure, right? So as long as Ko throws and doesn't pull a fucking Jailton Almeida and just stare at the guy while he's on top of him. Small cage also. You guys are going to remember that. We're back in the Apex small cage. So yeah, we'll go with KO. Keep our hands up. If you are on the Phil Rowe side, I mean, you could play KO, second, third round. You could play that, but give us Ko.
yeah. It was Hyung Sung Park that you were referring to.
Is that his name?
Just fought Bruno Silva.
Park, and then that other kid too. That other kid that knocked out that guy on the card where Kayla won the belt. Sean got submitted.
With the old slide back left hand.
Yeah, and then he just recently fought and he got slumped after he's beating the dude's ass because his fucking hands are down. Can't stand it, dude. I cannot stand that. Like, you're outclassing him. Why are we giving them a chance to still be in the fight? You don't need to do all that. You can showboat after you knock him out. Blows my mind.
Yeah, 1000%. All right, moving up, we've got Montserrat Caneo Ruiz taking on Elise Ardelean.
Hey, boys. This card is cheeks. This card is cheeks. These next two fights. Now you know why. All right, Elise Ardelean. Mid, I guess. I know there's some guy who leaves hate comments and doesn't like me saying mid. Get over it, buddy boy. Because she is. That's what she is. She's mid. She's not phenomenal at grappling, not phenomenal at stand-up. She will scrap though, right? She'll come forward. She'll scrap a little bit. Her head movement's not great. She'll throw with you though. That's one thing that I do like is she will not just sit there and try and counter and then block, and then we're not throwing anything. She will throw with you. And she can grapple a little bit. All right. She got that wide base. She got a big old base that she can use to take you down. Right? But she's not the best girl. Like her level of comp, she beat Shauna Bannon. Shauna Bannon almost, I wouldn't say almost submitted her, but was looking for it. Melissa Martinez has good footwork. So if you try and point fight with her, she's going to outstrike you. And then the W over Rayani Dos Santos, who's just terrible, who sucks. Ruiz, I understand, is I think she's like a national wrestling champion or something. Not of like the United States, but Mexico or whatever it is. We try to give her a fair shake and watch film and not be biased. Ruiz sucks. She's terrible. Her striking's not good. Dips her head, doesn't throw anything straight. Everything's looping, overhand. Sure, she's a good wrestler. I don't see anything she does better than Elise. I think this is one spot. Hammer the over 2.5. Definitely put it in an over-under parlay. I'm going to. This is 100% going the distance. We're going to take Ardelean. We think this Ruiz girl sucks. She's just not good. This is a lower level women's MMA fight for sure.
Yeah, JP, let me ask you this. Are there fighters on this card that will be making the thumbnail again this week?
I mean, I heard somebody say they're talking about Elise and they're like her backside's good, but that I forget what they called her face, that ugly mug or something like that or some shit. They fried her. Probably not.
Oh, okay.
Probably not.
Yeah, I know our fiancés weren't too fond of last week's thumbnail, but I think it was a little bit more deserving than what we got going on this week. However, Mackenzie Dern was walking out of the octagon with her belt, and Kaylee comes into the room, and she's like, "Is that the girl who twerks in the octagon?" I'm like, "No, that's someone else. We've got a lot of different female fighters that do a lot of different things, but yeah. All right, I was just checking. So I guess
I mean,
no thumbnail.
I don't want to say it like this because it sounds weird, but I did get caught looking up the pictures for the thumbnail, which like caught. I wasn't trying to hide it, right? I'm just looking them up to put them on the thumbnail. But she came in and she's like, "What the hell are you doing? Get out! It's for research for my YouTube channel."
Shut the door on the way out.
Shut the door on the way out. That's funny, man. Yeah, and then our record, obviously, we did all that.
We did all that, man. All right, new week. Next fight, Ketlen Vieira taking on Norma Dumont.
You want this one first? You want me to go?
I can actually. You know what? You go because I like the next one better personally. So I'll let you take this one.
You don't want to drive the dump truck? You want me to get in? I could drive. You know, it's not a.
I know you can drive. You got your CDL, so why don't you go for that?
All right. I'll take it. Norma Dumont. Good, solid fighter there. Yeah, another big posterior. All right, ladies and gentlemen, big old caboose. Okay, I mean, the first thing you're gonna notice. All right, because her stance, she's got that light Muay Thai stance, like a trampoline back there. Anyways, pretty close fight, very close fight in our eyes.
You're gonna get us in trouble, man.
Yeah, it's chalked already. Very close fight. You know, we consider these girls very similar as fighters. Ketlen Vieira, big girl for this weight class, strong. Her striking's decent. She's not just going to get ragdolled in grappling. I understand Kayla Harrison grappled her. She did kind of hold her own, right? She didn't just let Kayla dog walk her, ragdoll her, right? And again, Kayla's fucking huge and a great wrestler. She's top tier wrestler. But Ketlen's not going to be pushed over in any way, right? We told you guys last week that Jun Park, right, the turtle, he's a guy who, if you're lacking in an area, he will expose you in said area because he's very well-rounded. These girls won't really be exposed by anybody in those terms because both of them are pretty well-rounded, can kind of do it all, and they're just really tough, right? Norma, I just like the strikes more. I like the 1-2. It's a little bit straighter. I think Norma's going to be faster than Ketlen. Again, they're so similar. So similar. You could say the same thing about both. We just think Norma might be a little bit higher. A little bit more of top level, right? In the higher echelon of this division. But it's a close fight, man. It is such a close fight. What are the lines right now? Minus 155 for Norma, plus 130. I wouldn't be shocked if it gets maybe a little bit closer, Brevin, before the fight goes off, but we like Norma. Give us Dumont. I guess you could go over 2.5 again. I do kind of like that. I don't think either of these girls are prone to getting finished, so maybe another over 2.5 for the parlay.
Yeah. One thing to keep in mind, JB, you talked about the size of Ketlin Vieira. Who did miss weight in her last fight, and that was at
Yeah.
144, I think, in that featherweight women's division. She weighed in at 146, and now they're fighting at 135. It's going to be very intriguing to see if she can even make that weight. Like if you're not making the weight class above this one,
Kelvin
I mean, how
Gastelum.
yeah, how are we going to make a 135? Even though like she did make it against Kayla, um, but then we're missing it. I don't know. She seems like one of those individuals that may like start running into weight miss issues, which just never bodes well. So I do like Dumont in this matchup.
Yeah, and Norma she was the one with that hilarious fight. I think it was Chelsea Chandler, where she had Chelsea literally just turn around and sprint away from her.
That's right.
But yeah, close fight, guys. Very close fight. Could be a good one. And again, the small cage gives us a lot of opportunity to actually see scraps, good scraps, right? It's not the big cage. Somebody's got better footwork. They can just kind of get on their bike more. Very excited about that one. All right, next one could be an exciting fight on this card. Maybe the first finish of the night. Who knows? Depending on how the card goes. Cedriquez Dog Crate Dumas. We'll see if we can get him a fight without any crazy shit happening. Going up against Dante Johnson, who I might add, if I did my math correctly, this is like his 5th fight in 2025.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Very active dude. I mean, it's like some of these guys, they just know that if they put forth a great year, they can achieve their dreams and make it to the UFC. And that's exactly what this kid did. Very good striker. He's quick with his hands. He's got good power. And a lot of people are going to look at this guy and be like, oh, wow, he's like really small. He's 5'8", blah, 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 blah. One, I don't know if that's correct because there are some sites out there that have him listed even taller. And then in some of his pre-fight introductions, they introduce him as 6 feet tall. So it's like, how tall is this man?
5'8" to 6 foot. That's a
That's a
huge
huge jump.
difference.
That's a big
Yeah.
difference. And so, like, maybe there's something going on there where we really don't know how tall this guy is. But every fight that I've watched him fight, he looks much bigger than 5'8". And a lot of people are going to be like, well, I don't really know how he's going to do against Dumas. Like being 5'8", he seems like this small guy. Let's not forget this dude used to fight at heavyweight. So like I have a really hard time because if you look at film, he doesn't look like he looks bigger than Chris Barnett. Barnett's like 5'9". So I don't think this dude's 5'8". I think he's bigger than that. He carries great power in his hands. He's athletic, he's quick, he's fast. And then we've got Dumas, who may or may not be in prison at the time that we record this video. I don't know if they'll let him out on release to allow him to fight, take off the ankle monitors, what we got going on. Like Dumas, what are we doing, bro? I can't stand him. He got kicked in the ball so hard last time out. He deserved it. They had to stretcher him out of the octagon. I mean, if that's not karma, if
I
that's
just
not
spit
karma,
on my mic. Fuck.
I don't know what is, bro. I mean, that was very fun to watch. But yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, Dumas. I'm sorry your balls hurt. They were swollen up like the size of baseballs. Now you got a guy that I think is going to be a killer in this division. Great power in his hands, fighting at 185, dropping some weight for this one. I think he'll look really sharp. Give us Dante Johnson.
Hey, man, I feel for him. Okay, I've been there. All right, we've had our traumatic crotch injuries. All
I'll
right,
just
we'll
say
leave
this
it at
one
that.
thing. I'll just say this one thing about it, though. JP was bleeding. Okay, you were leaking fluids. I don't think Dumas was leaking fluids, and this man couldn't stand. You were standing. All right, so I mean, let's give JP some credit where it's due because this guy was fighting through it. Dumas, he's really just looking for a way out.
Horrible experience. Horrible. Okay, I laugh about it now. I'm sure if my dad was here, he'd fucking laugh about it. Horrible experience.
Yeah, scary moment.
And why that's happening. Brevin's still fighting his ass off on the football field. All of our other friends are at like a Halloween party having fun. Okay. Just a terrible experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. I mean, this Dante kid, I call him kid. I always do that. He comes out like
26?
he's younger than we are.
Yeah. We're
Sweet
getting old.
Jesus.
I think we just got to realize we're getting old.
That's crazy. That blows my mind every time. Yeah, he's a fucking bat out of hell. Out of the first round, right? This dude is going to throw everything into all of his shots. If he hits you on your guard, anything, does not matter. You got to move and make him miss. You cannot eat shots from this guy. Very strong dude, right? If you try and clinch with him, grapple with him, he will literally just yuck you off. Just get off of me type stuff. If he is 5'8", this dude fights at heavyweight, and then he fights at light heavy, and now we're fighting at middleweight. If he is 5'8", dude, let's put Louis Sutherland at fullback. Dante Johnson is running the fucking ball behind him. Nobody's stopping our run game, right?
Okay, but in all the fights that you've seen him watch, does he look completely outsized?
No, he does look like 6 foot 6'1". Like he does look big.
Yeah. Yeah, not 5'8". 5'8" is small.
And I do think they're wrong because we see it like all the time. Like Tapology has something, ESPN has something, these other sites have something else. Like they're wrong all the time. With that being said, this dude has fought nothing but cans. Atrocious, terrible, horrendous. Can crusher. He is knocking them out in the first round. Nobody can keep that amount of power and speed and accuracy up for 15 minutes that we have seen. People could be like, Ramazan Temirov. Steroids. Okay? He got caught. Straight up caught. Apparently we don't care about that. Bunch of John Jones glazers out here. So I'm just saying. Right? This dude, if he gets out of the first round, what does he look like? Same thing you guys were asking about, Tom. Is Dumas going to be the dude to fraud check him? I don't think so. No, Dumas sucks. He's not good. Doesn't do well with power. Dips his head. Yeah. Give us a Dante.
Yeah, some say Dante Johnson, he starts the fight at 6 feet, and then as the rounds go on, by round 3, he's 5'8".
Oh, I get it. Because every time he throws something in it, he gets a little bit short.
Yeah, he loses some inches, apparently.
It's like a pump. You just kind of keep going down.
He's just deflating. All right, moving up this card, we've got Timmy Cuamba taking on Chong Ho Lee.
Hey, another good fight, guys. Another good fight. A lot of them are like this. Okay, they may not be crazy big names, but should be pretty good scraps here. Timmy Cuamba, an interesting one. He's got good hands. I mean, decent kickboxer, right? He can move. He's got technical kickboxing. I like his movement. I like where his hands are. He can time a knee really well. That's how we put out Romero, right? Hit him with a knee. He was landing on him the whole fight, but then a beautiful jumping knee. His grappling's okay. Right? His grappling's not crazy. Anything crazy. He tries to. I wouldn't say it's very high level, but it's decent. His cardio's probably decent if you're striking with him, right? But Timmy Cuamba, nothing jumps out like crazy to me. Chang Ho Lee. This guy's the winner of the road to the UFC, right? He fought Long Zhao. They had an absolute scrap. That was that one fight where the round ended, no horn, and the ref didn't even pay attention. So the commentary's like, the round's over, and they're still fighting. Longest round in UFC history, right? But close fight there. Split decision. Chang Ho won that. And then he beat the shit out of Romeois, right? Some people might not hold that high in regard, but he did what he needed to do, right? He went out there and finished him. I like Chang Ho's wrestling. His stand-up is tight and quick. Sometimes we'll leave our head up a little bit when we get in the pocket and exchange a little too much. Sometimes we should just cut an angle, exit out, circle out. But his clinch work is kind of nasty, right? He'll throw knees and elbows from the clinch, and he will come forward. He will constantly come forward. I don't think he's going to give Cuamba the space in the small cage. I think in the clinch, Lee's going to be stronger and just more dangerous in the clinch. And I do think overall his grappling is just better. So we're going to take a shot. Chang Ho Lee, pretty sure, yeah, plus 114. Dog money, first dog of the card. We just think the style and then the size of the cage, man. I think this is a good matchup for Lee.
Yeah, and something we didn't talk about, Cuamba's coming down from 145 to fight at 135 for this matchup. So, like, what does that look like for him? Is he going to be drained? Is he going to have power? Is he going to still have the speed advantage that he typically has in these matchups? I think that's something that we got to find out because Wamba's someone that's also fought at 155. So he's one of these tweeners that can really do a number of things at each weight class. However, now this is the lightest he'll ever be. Does he fill back up and look strong in this bout? Is he slower? I think those are all great questions to ask. But we do think Lee's going to be the victor on Saturday.
All right, you can get this one. Very interesting one here. This one I'm assuming is probably going to be the most questions surrounding it going into the fight on Saturday. Kevin Christian, right, makes his return after not fighting since 2019, and now he's got a couple under his belt. Big son bitch too. Going up against a Billy Elekana.
Yeah, honestly, looking forward to this fight because it will tell us all we need to know about each guy. I mean, we saw Elekana take on Ibn Aslan in his last time out, and I was still left with a bunch of unanswered questions. Didn't throw a lot of volume. Just did a better job counter striking, and they were both looking to counter strike. It was a very boring fight. I think there was like what 50 total strikes landed from each guy or something like that. So
If
uh
that.
very slow paced fight, boring. Kevin Christian, guys, 205, 6'7". Okay. An absolute monster. He's like Alexander Volkov, but at light heavyweight as opposed to heavyweight. Um, One prospect. And honestly, JP, I don't know if he can. I don't think he has the frame for it, but I would love to see this guy at heavyweight. He's got really good grappling, very, very long legs, uh, likes to go for triangles and arm bars. And JP and I were talking before we started filming. He's okay off of his back because he throws up a lot of things. He's very dangerous from his back with those long limbs. He can catch you in something real fast. He can wrap those legs up, behind your neck really quickly, and then all of a sudden you're in a world of trouble if you are in his guard. So you do have to watch out. He has the ability to hip escape as well as push off your hips. That's like one of the things, like it's kind of a curse to have long legs to regain guard once someone is in half guard or something of that nature. But if they are in your full guard, you can throw up your legs really well if you're flexible, and having such long legs, like they're kind of in a lot of trouble. Or you can get your feet on the hips, and then once you extend out, they're super far away from you, allows you to get back up to your feet. So I think Christian offers a lot of dynamics to this fight and this matchup. His striking is kind of wild. That's how I would describe it. He's got to be very, very mindful of the power shots coming from Billy. Like we saw Billy fight an entire fight where he was just simply looking to counter strike. I think he's going to have opportunities in this one. Kevin at times can be a little bit flat footed in the striking department. And then, like I said, he kind of moves awkwardly. I think of it similar to Rainier de Ritter's entries into the pocket, like just very awkward, but then he'll utilize the knees up the middle. He'll utilize knees to the body to end combinations and then to enter into the clinch. I think it's intriguing. I don't love it, but in this matchup against Billy Elekana, I do think he's going to get the better of him. And if those exchanges do go to the mat, Christian should have the advantage. We're taking Kevin Christian, but obviously he's the underdog. It's a dangerous matchup.
Yeah, I mean, super close fight, and honestly, whatever side you're on, I mean, power to you, because on either side, either guy could win, has a path. But like Brevin's saying, I like seeing that Kevin will put his feet on the hips, or he'll butterfly and then do something with that. Because how many guys have we seen now that just aren't doing that? They're fucking sitting there in their closed guard, right? Yeah. And they're just bear hugging. And then they barely try and hip escape. They barely try and shrimp. Too many people are just complacent on their back. Yeah, yep. You just accept it, right? Put your fucking feet on the hips. And like Brevin said, this dude's 6'7". So when he does it, as soon as he extends, that's why people have trouble all the time with these tall sons of bitches who know how to grapple. That, and then the choke game's nasty. He's decent at triangles, those long fucking legs. triangles, arm bars, all sorts of things, right? So it's nice to see. He does not throw a lot of volume. That's something we're gonna have to worry about. But we think grappling higher upside than Billy, right? Billy on the feet maybe, but Billy also doesn't throw a lot of volume. Maybe it's because he was scared of Iba. Either way, this fight's just a tough one to pick. And then Kevin, if you're throwing too many things up off your back, comes a point where if you're not getting it, now it might just not look good on the judges' scorecards, and then we got to do something else, right? So very tricky fight, but yeah, we're gonna take a shot. You guys know we like length, right? Attributes, reach, stuff like that. So give us Kevin.
Yeah. And the power that he can generate on some of those knees up the middle, little teep kicks, or just even some of
Sure.
his punches coming from that distance. It may be wild, but like those guys can crack for sure. And so I hope to see that aspect of his game as well. I think it was a little bit underdeveloped when he fought on the Contender Series. Hopefully he's been in the practice room working on his striking.
Sure.
All right, moving up to the main card, we have Alan Nascimento taking on Cody Durden, stepping in on short notice.
This one, Rafael Estevam. This one was gonna be a good fight, right? Him and Nascimento. I was very excited to see the first 2 rounds of that fight. This Estevam, we all know, would have gassed out in the 3rd round. This is another one, guys, where I try to give it a fair shake. Tried to watch film, right? Am I being biased? Am I not? Am I missing stuff? Am I not? Just sit here and watch it. The pick has got to be Nascimento, guys. And it's got to be, Cody's a dog, right? Cody's a gangster. He steps up on short notice. Dude's always willing to scrap. He'll come forward. He'll throw hands. He'll do all this. But he's getting beat, right? And I'm not going to pick somebody off of being a gangster, especially when he's fighting somebody who's probably the best grappler he's fought in a long time. Is it going to be Ochoa? Maybe. Ochoa can grapple, but Ochoa also likes to strike, knock people out, which is what he did to Cody. Is it Josh? Josh has got great takedown defense. We love his takedown defense, but he's not an offensive grappler. Matt Schnell. Anybody, I'll wait. Exactly. Bruno Silva. We just watched Bruno Silva. I'm asking for a steroid test on that motherfucker. Okay? I got back knee. No shot. It looks like that. All right? And I think mine's pretty bad, right? I just get random big ones here and there. That dude, his whole back's broken out. Never been like that before. Just saying. Just saying. Coincidence? I think not. All right? And then the next one, Tagir. So, Tagir's probably up there, right? But he's losing. He got choked out by Tagir. And I don't think Cody on the feet is anything special, really. He can crack. But again, it's just kind of like a brawling style. I think Nascimento's just better everywhere. His team is better. I think we've seen what Cody Durden is, especially on short notice. Pick has got to be Alan Nascimento. Give us Nascimento.
Yeah, 1000%. Listen, I think you and I should start our own company, our own organization to check for steroids and substance usage amongst UFC fighters. And I think we do a really nice job picking out the fighters that are on roids. So we've done it in the past, and
I
we
mean, how
keep
many of
spotting
them?
signs. I mean, there's been a couple now that we've said that very early on. Hey, this guy's on roids, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden, so and so's been suspended. This fight's been
Oh,
called off. Interesting. Yeah.
funny how that
Yeah.
works out.
Let's start with Irene Carnelossi, first fight of the night. Let's take a look into her, okay? Oh man, yeah, she's juicing, all right.
Dude.
Anyways,
I mean,
maybe
can we
that's.
get a measurement on the biceps?
I mean, seriously, maybe that's my male ego coming out, JP. But like, that's just not. I mean, that's just not legitimate, all right?
They look inflated. She looks like you stick a needle in those things. No
They're
pun intended.
ginormous. They're ginormous. Okay.
Now you're gonna get us in trouble,
No,
buddy.
we're talking about the biceps, brother. Anyways.
I got out the truck earlier. I'm not truck anymore.
Anyways. All right.
You want this one? You can have it. You can have it. I'll set it up.
No. Did I take? No, you took the last one. Yeah, set me up.
All right.
Good old volleyball.
This one, for sure. For sure going to be a scrap. Before Brevin even gives you his breakdown, under 2.5, 1,000%. Throw it in the fucking over-under parlay. I'm telling you. This one is absolutely going to be a scrap. Chuck Buffalo, Charles Radtke, going up against Daniel Frunza.
Yeah, method of KO or method of victory KO. Both these guys, good strikers. They're gonna stand and bang. I'm not gonna spend too long on it. Charles Radtke has been in some brawls as of late. Some have gone his way, others not so much. Coming off the recent loss to Mike Malott, that loss aged fine. You know, Mike Malott's a good fighter. Carlos Prates, one of the best strikers in the division. You can't read too much into those losses. Whereas he ended up getting into a brawl against Reese McKee and got the worst of it, which is so surprising. I mean, he made Reese McKee look like Reese McKee was back, baby. Reese McKee is in fact not back. Frunza, yeah, not too high on. He has a good left hand, kind of loads up on it. If it doesn't land, I worry about his overall game plan for the remainder of the fight. I do think Charles Radtke has more to offer when it comes to the overall world of MMA. So in this fight, let's Chuck Buff, give us Charles Radtke.
Yeah, man. I mean, Frunza, I mean, just in the film that we have, he gets hit too much, right? He's been dropped in his contender series fight, and then Reese McKee beat the shit out of him. You could say, hey, if that fight keeps going, Frunza looks like he was onto something, right? Sure. Yeah, he was starting to get his range a little bit, but I mean, most people should say Frunza got the shit kicked out of him and his ass beat, and he was quitting looking for a way out, right? Because that's just how that works now. But yeah, it's very similar. Again, this reminds me of the Ketlin Norma fight. Both fighters are pretty similar. They look pretty similar, have similar styles. I wouldn't call them brawlers, but their stand-up's not the cleanest thing. Neither of them move their head. And I'm not saying like you have to move your head like right? But move it a little bit. Don't just shell up. And Frunza just gets clipped by everybody. So does Chuck Buffalo, but we think Chuck's got more of a chin. Frunza getting cut up and stuff like that. Yeah, give us a Chuck Buffalo.
All right, moving up, we've got the Midwest chopper, Isaac Dulgarian taking on Yadier de Valle, the Cuban problem.
Hey, crazy close one in my eyes. Another close fight. We have quite a few that are pretty close. Yadier, I mean, people are probably going to shit on his level of competition, right? Connor Matthews. Yes, I understand it's bad, but again, you're going out there and finishing him in the first round, I believe it was, right? Yeah, like 3 minutes into round one. So you do what you need to do. Bad comp, you do what you need to do. Isaac Dulgarian, I mean, we should take a poll on it to show how specific it is, but I believe a lot of people think should still be undefeated, right? A lot of people think the loss to C-Rod. Speaking of C-Rod, Brev, you see Duke Rufus actually passed away a couple days ago. Maybe, I think it was like a week ago or something, maybe.
I didn't see that, no.
Yeah, Duke Rufus. Fortunately, R.I.P. to that guy, a legend of the sport. But yeah, C-Rod. I mean, this is why people call him the prospect killer, kind of. But this was one of the ones where, hey, that was a robbery. He shouldn't have won that. But Dulgarian, he's gonna come forward. He's gonna wrestle, right? A lot of good pressure. In close, he's gonna strike, wrestle, and then shoot. Boom, down on the hips. I mean, he was a Division I All-American wrestler, right? And then there's some people, American wrestling isn't as good as you say it is. Well, this guy is, because he was the best of the best, right? The Valle, kind of similar. He's kind of looking to grapple. He'll take you down. He'll look to take your back. He'll throw ground and pound, stuff like that. But I'm personally really high on Dulgarian. I know it was close for Brevin, but I'm pretty sure we both like him a lot. And he's got cardio. He did gas out a little bit on C-Rod, but he was beating him up. He was beating him up, man. And I think we learned from that. And then he's come out, Brendan Marat. Same thing. Bad comp. Put him away. Finished him. Right? So this one, very close fight. The line's right now, minus 258 for Dulgarian. Maybe a tiny bit high, but still. I mean, it is where it should be. The Valle got to prove a little bit more versus Dulgarian. We know what we're going to get, and we know how tough it is to deal with. Give us Isaac Dulgarian.
Yeah. The thing that I like about Del Valle is one, he made me some money when he was on the Contender Series. I was high on him. I don't know if he was the underdog or what, but I just remember like hearing an interview. I was like, I don't know a ton about this guy, but he's got my money for tonight. Ended up going out there, putting on a great performance and winning. It was kind of a crazy back and forth battle. He lacks a little bit of power in his hands, even though he's like very well built. He's very strong, just doesn't really get guys out of there with his hands, which is very surprising if you look at the guy. Versus Isaac Dulgarian, he does sometimes get people out of there with his hands. So I like that. I think he's got the power upside. And then, yeah, like JP mentioned, the wrestling. Bill Valle, he will try the wrestling as well, but I think Dulgarian will be able to stop that if Del Valle is initiating the wrestling. And Dulgarian's obviously got the better UFC competition up to this point. I'm high on Dulgarian. I know JP is, and that's why we're siding with him.
A lot of good ones, man. A lot of good ones. All right. Next up, Gorimbo is back, taking on Jeremiah Wells.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the return of Themba. Obviously, disappointing performance in his last time out. He's really got to get back on the right side of things. But a loss to Vicente Luque, especially via anaconda choke, is not the worst thing to happen to you. Jeremiah Wells, on the other hand, I personally don't think he's very good. I think he's fought a lot of nobodies throughout the course of his career. He's just kind of one of these guys that has stuck around in the UFC for quite some time and really hasn't done a whole lot. I mean, his first fight in the UFC came in 2021. So it's been 4 years now, and he's on a two-fight skid. Hasn't won a fight since 2023 against Matthew Semmelsberger, which that was a split decision victory. I'm just not high on the kid. And then two losses against Max Griffin and Carlson Harris. And Max Griffin, um, that dude's old. That's a bad loss in my opinion. You've got to get him out of there if you're good. You don't, that's a tough loss. Themba Gorimbo, I think, is very skilled, very powerful, um, sharp striking, grappling as well. We just didn't really see the best performance from him against um, Vicente Luque in his last time out. But give us Themba Gorimbo. He should get this one done and have a nice bounce back performance.
I mean, yeah, just got to watch out for the bombs. Just got to watch out for the bombs. Like Brevin said earlier, mind your P's and Q's, right? And let's be disciplined, not do anything stupid. But I mean, yeah, I get the visual of losing to Luque now. But like you were saying, if you're gonna lose to him, he's gonna darce you. He's gonna anaconda choke you, right? So yeah, good bounce back spot, maybe buy low spot. You play a lot of fantasy football, you know that term, you know. So give us a Gorimbo.
Some of the guys in our league don't. All right, moving up. Waldo Cortez Acosta is taking on Ante Delija in the co-main event.
that's that's funny. A little quick shot right there. Oh man, you gonna win this week? I haven't even checked. I didn't even look.
Gonna be tough. I need a good performance out of Rashid Rice and the Chiefs defense as a whole. So we'll see tonight.
Good old Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, he's trash. I'm really just waiting around for JJ McCarthy to come back, but Spencer Rattler, he's gonna get dropped this week, not gonna lie.
Oh man. All right. Delija and Acosta. A lot has been said about this heavyweight division. It's shallow, sucks, it's soft, literally. Um I mean, Ante Delija, for sure, brings excitement to the heavyweight division based off of his film. I mean, all you got to do is just watch a couple fights of this guy's, and then based off of his debut, right? Marcin Tybura blitzed him, boom, 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 just throwing bombs. Tybura sucks, right? So take that what you will. But Tybura does fraud check a lot of these other heavyweights that maybe fight cans and then turn out to be trash or who are stupid, like Denise, right? D's nuts. He's an idiot, right? Waldo Acosta. I mean, you guys at this point got to know, I'm probably biased at this point. I cannot stand the guy. He'd rather stick out his tongue, sit there and pretend like he's hurt, wave somebody on. do something, all these antics, everything else but throw back at the other guy. Dude's a professional boxer and won't take it seriously and put combos on people. Again, all this fucking showboating, I could give a shit. Unless you put on an actual crazy performance, then showboat. A lot of people don't even think he beat Spivak. That was a very controversial decision. Ryan Spann. It was Ryan Spann's debut at heavyweight. Spann clipped him. He was getting clipped by Spann. Everybody hates Ryan Spann. Everybody trashes Ryan Spann. How does it look on Waldo now? And then losing to Pavlovich because, again, he'd rather do all this other shit. Right? Ante Delija comes out like a bat out of hell. He's another one of those guys. Brevin said it earlier. He's so confident in his chin. He's going to come forward. Just like another guy that we're going to get to next. It's a big thing. When they're confident like that, I'm confident in my hands, my pressure, my cardio, all this. And they come forward. They don't fight scared. It's a problem to deal with, man. And sue me that I want hype in this division. I understand everything Tom said about not fighting him and all this and that. I don't care. All right? Have this dude keep winning fights. Maybe him and fucking Walter Walker face off at one point. That would be cool too. Give us Ante Delija. Can he finish him? Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to see how we feel about that later. When I edit the video, I might see. It's hard because the lines normally aren't out by the time I edit and put the video out. But as of right now, dog money. Give us Delija.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm not sure if you mentioned this, JP, but Delija, protege of Mirko Krokop. He's been really brought up through the ranks by Mirko. A lot of guys have had a ton of faith in Ante Delija. PFL champion, good power in his hands, good wrestling, has that good win over Renan Ferreira. Like, he is a very dangerous heavyweight. And Waldo, for me, is known for his boxing, doesn't really box all that well and like a showboat. And if you're going to be that, cocky in the octagon against a guy like Delia, who's going to bring the action and push the pace and get in your face, like, you better be ready to throw down because this guy's all business. He's not there to fucking be friends with anybody and showboat or really even put on a show. Like, he's there to fucking go kill you and then, leave the octagon, go back to his home in, Croatia, wherever it is. Like, this dude's a killer. Plus, I mean, he's all business, like kind of late to the party. He's 35 years old, has had one fight in the UFC. Like, if he wants a shot at the title, he's got to be fighting. He's got to be active. He's got to really put on a good showing. Obviously, in his MMA debut or UFC debut, excuse me, fought a ranked opponent. That was promising. Got through him, and now he's getting another guy that's close to the top 5 in Waldo Cortez Acosta. I think he can get through him as well. And you're getting great value on the guy right now because of the freshness to the UFC. But don't get it twisted. He's not new to the fight game. He's had plenty of fights under his belt. Very high level experience too, as well in the PFL. Fought some top level guys over there. But now coming over to the UFC and showing the world what he has.
Yeah, man. And I like what you said is he doesn't come out there and try and put on a show. We're not saying he's not entertaining, but I feel like that's a great point. Is some of these guys like Zombie Jr., all right, like these morons who are great at striking, right? But they come out and they try and make it a show versus coming out and, like you said, I'm trying to take his fucking head off. I'm trying to win by any means necessary. And then exactly that turns into the show, right? Because then it's exciting. Then it's entertaining. Both of them back and forth, whatever. Hitting him with this, hitting him with that. Get him out of there in under a minute, whatever it is. It turns into the show because you're going out there to just fight, take his head off. I'm trying to win. Not sitting there waving people forward, pretending like, oh my God, I cannot stand it.
Delia gives me old school UFC vibes, whereas Cortez Acosta gives me like 2025 woke vibes. Like, I'm gonna go out there and hit the whip and the nene and all these dances and shit. And like, you've done nothing, bro. You've done nothing to deserve it. And Delia's gonna go out there and try to kill you. I like that mentality.
The whip and the nene.
See, that's not very 2025. Yeah, see, I dated myself there, but that's the only shit I know. I can hit the hell out of that nene for sure.
You know, gritty?
I try. JP is just not very coordinated. I mean, you've known me long enough. The dancing, the effort's always there. Technique, not so much.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, the effort, the excitement, the energy's there.
Well, yeah, kinetic energy. All right. Moving on. Moving up to the main event, JP, one of my favorite fighters in the UFC, Steve Garcia is taking on David the Silent Assassin Onama.
Hey guys, all right. Everybody's been around for a little bit here. Pretty sure you guys know who we're gonna pick. Decent little scrap, good little scrap here. But like Brevin said, Brevin is extremely high on Steve Garcia. He's the one that put me onto Steve Garcia, and since then, no, I mean probably like a lot of you, he's a cash cow for us, right on this show. There's a couple fighters that have made us pretty chunk of change. He is one of them for sure. And like I was saying earlier about Delija and what Brevin said about confident in their chin and coming forward, Steve's another guy who has figured that out. Right now, was it 6? Yeah, 6-fight win streak, knockout, decision. Who's upset with that? Literally fucking nobody. Before that, Mahashate. Go watch the Mahashate Steve Garcia fight, and then go watch any of his other knockouts. This is a guy who clearly learned a valuable lesson, right? I understand that getting punched in the face sucks and getting leg kicked and all this, and you want to be defensively sound, you don't want to get caught. When you fight too much on the back foot, you're looking to counter everything a little too much. You end up thinking too defensively, and then you end up just being like a catcher, right, on the baseball field. At some point, you got to swing the bat. At some point, you got to put something out there for them. Steve Garcia realized the power I have in my hands is not normal, especially at my size, right? Speaking as him, right, at his size. So he said, fuck it. I'm going to come forward. I'm going to put it on people. A bull in a china shop, right? I've said it twice this card, a bat out of hell, right? Soon as the bell rings, I'm coming forward. I'm uncorking my right hand. I'm making you respect what I'm going to put out to you. And then I'll adjust from there, be defensively sound, parry stuff like that. And it's served him right, man. This dude's power is otherworldly when he hits you, right? He makes people quit. The Kyle Nelson stoppage, Kyle Nelson just sat there and quit. It was bad. He was beating the shit out of him. If you saw that in the public street, you would be worried that dude's going to die, right? I know you guys, if your algorithm for Instagram's anything like mine, you get random videos of people getting their ass beat all the time on Instagram, right? Getting knocked out all the time. Instagram is a wild place. Okay?
I agree.
Very wild place. You're scrolling through, it's a bunch of corgi memes, UFC, NFL, sports, a car crash, somebody flying 30 feet through the air and dying. What the hell was that? Right? We'll get the occasional, booty shaker on there, but we swipe past those, okay? Don't want that in the algorithm. Not my fault. All right, not my fault. They're fishing for me. I ain't biting. All right. Moral of the story is we are picking Steve Garcia. David Onama's decent. He can get hit though, right? And Steve Garcia can do this game. He can grapple. He frames off very well. He does a thing like Ilia Topuria. When he gets you hurt or when you're against the cage, he'll shift his hips and he'll put his elbow on you. He'll lean on you. He'll throw with this one and then he'll shift his hips, throw with that one. Like that a lot. We like Steve Garcia a lot. We're riding with our boy. Give us the mean machine, baby.
Yeah, 1,000%. And what we didn't mention too is like even in Onama's last fight against Giga Chikadze, I mean, the dude turned into a wrestler. He was getting outstruck by Giga. Sure, Giga's maybe a more technical striker than Steve Garcia. Steve Garcia, in my opinion, is he's a better striker. He's a more powerful striker, and I think he throws stuff that puts people to sleep, so they have to respect it even more so than Giga, who's going to throw head kicks, and you just kind of have to be mindful of those things. But yeah, Steve Garcia to me can really do everything that Giga can do, but even much better. And he's a good wrestler, good grappler as well. Onama's going to be in for a long night, unless he catches Steve with something too, because Onama does have good power. We have to give credit where credit's due. Like he can throw hard, but that's kind of his curse. Is like that to me is the only thing he has going for him. Whereas Steve has multiple facets to his game. He can really finish this fight in a lot of different ways. We've just seen the KO a lot as of late. But I'm telling you guys, if you haven't watched this guy fight, he's very skilled. Like he can find submissions as well. He's a very well-rounded fighter. Like look for other aspects of Steve Garcia's game to become present this weekend, given that it's going to be a 5-round fight in a main event. It's also not something new for Steve. He did this outside the UFC, fighting in 5 rounds. He's comfortable in that type of environment. I don't know why I'm an expert in Steve Garcia. Like, he really caught my attention when we first started the show, and all of a sudden, I just studied all of his fight, his history, who this guy is, what he's capable of doing. Like, he is the one guy that I will put my name behind and like vouch for him every single time he fights. He's very, very skilled. Keep an eye out for him as he continues to move up this division and move up to potentially fight for a title one day. Very good fighter. We like Steve a lot.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, the KO's definitely in play. You could try and time the round with the KO. That'll be tough. Onama's got decent footwork, but I mean, I don't know how you see it, but I definitely see Steve coming out, being on the front foot, putting Onama on the back foot, and Onama just kind of on his bike a little bit the whole fight. I mean, obviously it's a small cage, so I don't expect him to completely run away, but yeah, I think he's on the back foot for most of it.
Yeah,
That'll
I
last
agree.
at least.
I agree. I could definitely see round 2, round 3 KO out of Steve Garcia. First round, little bit of feinting, getting the range on Onama, avoiding the big time shots coming from Onama. But once Onama's kind of like already shown his cards, because like I said, that's kind of all he has in my opinion, Steve will really start to put it on.
100%.
All right, that does it for the card. It doesn't do it for the show. Don't go anywhere. If you guys made it this far, we got your free show parlays coming your way right now. Before we give them to you, make sure to smack that subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and leave a comment. We want to hear from you. We know we have a lot of silent supporters out there. Make sure to let us know that you're watching, that you're here with us, and that you're proud to be a part of this community. But JP, let's dive into it. Lock Door MMA's lock of the card. Who do we got this week?
I mean, this one, you guys know how much we like him. Strikes well. He's got crazy power. The mean machine. We didn't go with Steve Garcia. Okay, we did not. We're going to let the main event be. And we're just going to enjoy the main event. Okay. Obviously, still going to bet on him to knock him out. He probably will. Because we're tired of all the crazy shit that's been going on. Brevin brought up another bathtub ritual, perhaps. Okay? We will do what needs to be done to get back in that fucking win column. But we're going to, with this lock, Cody Durden, short notice. Give us Nascimento. Better everywhere. The original fight, he was preparing for a better grappler than Durden, and that's what Durden's good at. And he's just better on the feet, better gym, all the above. Give us Nascimento. The odds I have right now, because DraftKings didn't have them, I believe is like minus 210 for Nascimento, so it's not crazy bad. Should be an easy lock. No crazy shit. Jesus Christ. I mean, how many times do we have to say it? Hit by car. Stop the fight. Start it again. Eye poke. Jesus Christ, man.
Up shots.
All right. Up shots.
For Brevin's basic, we're going to get real dialed in for this one. You guys know I can't give a basic on a card like this without my boy, the meme machine. Give me Steve Garcia. Okay, put him in there. Then we got the Midwest Chopper, Isaac Dulgarian. And then finally, to round it out, put in the lock, Nascimento, Durden on short notice. Not a fan. Nascimento will get it done.
That one, yeah, I say this all the time, but I'm like, I feel like that's smacks. I feel like that's an easy smacker. You know? Who knows? With our luck. I mean, the MMA gods just doing all they can. All right, juicer time, baby. Juicer time. And I do feel good about this card. I really do. Doing a lot more research. I mean, obviously, at first glance, like we said earlier, it kind of sucks. And then you research it, and these are always the exciting ones. Starting the juicer off, like Brevin said, the mean machine, our boy Steve Garcia. Throw him in there. Love that guy. Disgusting. Next one, Ante Delija. Over the Aura farming puss pop. Get him out of my face. Please. Ante, please put him out. Next one, Isaac Dulgarian. Okay. Wrestling high upside. And he's good. He should be undefeated. He really should. The lock, Nascimento, is the fourth leg because lock is a lock for a reason. Sorry, Cody. KO over Phil Rowe. Close one. Great line on Co. And we really do think he should win despite any massive shot. Okay, let's just not do anything stupid. And the final one, we're going down to the prelims. Is he 5'8"? Is he 6 foot? Is he 265? Is he 185? Who knows? He's a man of all. Okay, the most interesting man in the world. Dante Johnson is, let's be real, probably going to knock the shit out of Cedric Dumas. He's probably going to wake up thinking he's still in the dog crate. And then he's getting cut from the UFC. 6 legs, plus 1,600. Feel good about it. I really do.
Yeah, so do I. You bring up a good point. We didn't talk about it. If Dumas loses here, he really might get cut from the UFC. Like,
I'm hoping
we should just cut ties with this guy. It's no bueno.
Yeah.
It's just not good.
Get him out.
Can we get Dante Johnson to start barking at him potentially if he knocks him out? Like a little Jean Silva?
Yeah. That would be hilarious. I mean, if he brought I would say a dog crate, but wouldn't work. Just bring a dog crate into the octagon.
A collar. Yeah.
Yeah, a collar or something. Yeah, that'd be hilarious. But he brings an ankle monitor in,
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've made it this far, subscribe to the channel. Helps the boys out. Helps the algorithm. We need some views. We need some likes out of you guys. We need some comments out of you guys. We do really appreciate it. Chiefs play tonight. Hopefully we get the job done over the Commanders. Excited for that one. Healthy offense. Feeling good about it. We got to get our left tackle back. Fantasy, we're hanging on. We're doing all right. We're holding our own. Might drop one in the Dynasty League, but survived in the Guillotine League. And that really gets my juices flowing. And another solid week. Yeah. It was close. It was definitely close. Big bye week this week too. So that was troublesome. But we made it through. But yeah, that's all the updates I have for my life. JP, with that, I'll let you take us home.
Another weekend, man. We're keep chugging along here. We appreciate you guys. All right, it's free. Subscribe. We're still working on everything. We're working on little things here and there that we want to do more, be more active here, be more active there, and really build a community more, right? This is a slow grind. Obviously, I mean, it's just kind of like hitting in baseball, right? You're in a slump. You're not. You're going crazy. We had a crazy beginning of the year. Went nuts. In a bit of a slump. That's all right. We're not worried. We're back in the lab doing research. Feel good about this one. Back out to Vegas. I mean, fantasy, we're clawing, right? We're fighting. Something the Raiders aren't doing, because that's what I've given up on. Right? Sundays, I'm watching Red Zone. I'm researching fights, and I'm hoping my fantasy team wins because Geno Smith is Stevie fucking Wonder. Parting words, Tom Aspinall. What would it take? He found out. Okay, and then he crashed out. Boy, did he fucking crash! What the fuck are you booing me for? Fucking double eye poke. Oh man, great stuff. Funny stuff. The rage bait is crazy. Another weekend, another set of fights, ladies and gentlemen. As always, it was a pleasure. Bingo, bango, baby.